Welcome back guys, to the last episode of the How to Love Your Elf Bride, but in the previous episode we saw that Raphael wasn't the one who killed Valfur's father. He died in the war against demons and Raphael had to drink his blood to survive in that time. But even if that doesn't suffice, Raphael promised to give his life to Valfur after he kills the one who's targeting Chastile. So he goes to the church because he knew Clavul was the one behind the murder attempt, so Raphael killed Calvul, and as promised he came to Valfur to give his life to her. But instead she tells Raphael to work for Zagan from now on, so Raphael retired as an angelic knight and becomes the butler in Zagan's house, so normal life returns for everyone, and Valfur was again recording everything in her diary about the event that took place recently, and how Zagan and Raphael protected her, and she also learned that Raphael wasn't the one who killed her father but instead respected him. And now Raphael has joined the household and bakes nice and delicious sweets for Valfur. But the only problem with Raphael is that he won't let Valfur watch Nephi and Zagan's personal time. He says Valfur is too young, and later they showed the macarons that Raphael had made. Apparently this recipe to make macarons was made by an ancient sorcerer who pursued only delicious food. Then Zagan wanted to try it but macarons were too delicate. So Zagan hesitated to pick it up and asked Nephi to feed him. Nice way of going for romance, and Valfur got another chance to watch their love, but Raphael again tried to close her eyes. But this time Valfur won and saw this too from the front seat. Zagan liked the sweet and wanted to feed Nephi this time, but Raphael got her this time. So Valfur said this too barely holds hand, so it will take a decade to even kiss. But the couple heard their mischief and realized they watched the whole show, so this was all that's been going on in their life. But now Chastile was coming for the dinner. So our little family were on their way to town for shopping. Their Nephi had blended with the townspeople, and after a while when their shopping was done, Nephi wanted to visit Manulia's shop. Zagan got déjà vu for troubles, but Nephi just wanted to thank Manulia with macarons for teaching her all the new dishes. But then she wanted to let Nephi try out the new batch of clothes she got, and just as Zagan tried to stop her, he saw the gramophone. Valfur had never seen one, so Zagan tells her that it's a music box, but sadly it's broken. Apparently some kids on the street found it and wanted to sell it, but no one bought the broken piece, so they left it with Manulia. Hearing this, Zagan remembers his own childhood because he had to do the same scavenging to survive, but this time he wasn't sad. So Nephi felt relieved, and then Zagan bought that gramophone at a high price. Meanwhile, Chastile was waiting for them at the house and got totally bored, but the family came back in time and girls got happy seeing each other after a while. So while everyone was present, Chastile told them that Clavul's death was regarded as an accident and now his work had fallen onto her shoulders, so Nephi tells her to relax and she will prepare a nice meal in no time. But Chastile insists on helping, but Valfur doubts if she even knows cooking, because she's super clumsy, and realizing that herself she cried out, and Zagan understood that drama had started in the kitchen. But anyways, he was fixing up that gramophone and Barbados comes in with a complaint of Chastile, because he saw that the girl is the embodiment of trouble, and one after another she creates it endlessly, so either he would die or Chastile would die one day. But Zagan didn't care about his death at all. Then in the kitchen, Chastile made a soup that she thinks is alright, but Nephi burned her mouth tasting the most awful soup ever. It's even worse than mud water she had to drink once, so Nephi knew if they had to eat dinner then Chastile has to go out right now. And somehow she managed to send her back, and on dinner time, Zagan had fixed the gramophone and played the music for everyone. They all liked the soothing song that goes well with the dinner. But their Barbados exposed Chastile that she sleeps with a stuffed animal like a kid, and she even named it Poco. Zagan knew Guy is drunk, and their Chastile noticed that Barbados is spying on her. But Zagan had ordered Barbados to guard Chastile in secret, but he can't say it out loud, so Nephi tells Chastile that Barbados had saved her when she was poisoned, which worked out as a distraction. But Barbados drank the soup that Chastile made. Nephi had putted it aside, but Valfur found it and served it to prank Barbados, so Barbados passed out, and after this comedy dinner, some went to sleep, while Zagan was still repairing that gramophone because it broke again. Their Nephi comes to him and asks why he bought it, so Zagan said it was just a whim, and Nephi then brought up that Zagan remembered his past but didn't got sad this time. Well, Zagan said he had to scavenge food regularly, but he had friends, so he never felt lonely, and after coming to this castle never once he visited them, so Zagan was hoping for his friend's survival. But now Zagan wants to return this music box to the street, and for one last time they sat to enjoy the music. Valfor was keeping an eye on them, and Nephi started to sing the melody. Then Zagan suddenly asked her for a dance, which she agreed to embarrassingly, but both of them had no idea how to dance, so Raphael comes out to teach them. He taught them about the stance, but they weren't moving, so Raphael told them they had to move to dance, and Valfor was getting bored watching this slow progress. Then they placed this gramophone in streets and dancing children's made it like a festival that day. And Zagan and Nephi were also improving little by little in their path of staying together, and unfortunately, their love story comes to an end as the anime ended with this episode. But if you want to watch the more anime recaps, then subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and if you haven't seen the previous episodes of the anime, then I made a playlist of this anime, playlist link in the description where you could watch it, so watch all the previous episodes to understand the storyline. Until then, take care.